Namaste, Haribol. Peace be with you and happy Sunday. I do love Sundays. They've always taken on a bit of reverence, a place in my heart every 7 days, this day of, I think the whole world would benefit from having a day of rest. It's an age of chaos, quarrel, and confusion, the Kali Yuga, so we can't agree on much, including people argue over whether it's the Kali Yuga or not. It's an age characterized by argument. No one can agree on anything hardly. Wouldn't it be wonderful, though, if we could just all agree to rest on Sundays, That would be wonderful. But we can. The great poet, one of my favorites from he was a monk, a traveling mendicant poet in Japan. And of course, beautiful. One of my favorite forms of poetry is haiku. I finished a year of haiku poetry that we're releasing soon. And I'm doing another year of haiku poetry, love poems for God, haiku poems for God. And as a devotional practice. But Basho from I think 15th century, maybe 16th, don't quote me on that, but just let's say 500 years ago. Very interesting time in the world. Chaitanya came about 500 years ago too, in India, what is now India. But he said, Basho said, in making a cup of tea, I stopped the war. And we could just take a moment to pause. I've got this warm, beautiful, simple cup. Its steam is rising, the heat is being transformed. We're all in a process of pilgrimage and transformation. We're either transformed externally from the external inferior energy, prakriti of God, or transformed by choice from within when we shift over to the superior energy of the Supreme Being. We're the marginal potency. We're like the shoreline, really. The riparian zone, as it's called, is actually the most intense, fecund place of biological life and activity. And isn't that so for the living entity, the marginal potency? We can lean this way, or we can lean this way. Some of us like to believe that we have a choice of, whether we lean at all or not, but it's not the fundamental case. A sane, sober person will admit that they're dominated by so many forces beyond much bigger and more powerful than us. And yet we have this glorious choice to make as the marginal potency. Do I lean in towards the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his most beautiful pleasure potency? Or do we lean towards the inferior energy, just the material nature, and simply try to get and keep and hold on to and strive and achieve in relative terms? And the effects of leaning in are certainly one, and the effects of leaning out are also very different. But in making a cup of tea, I stopped the war this morning. It is Sunday. For me, for many years, I've been doing a kind of Sunday service. Hashtag. All these funny new words we've come up with in the last 30 years. Isn't it something, technology and the breathtaking pace? And so it's really wise to give ourselves a day of rest. And look at the seasons. There's always a season of rest in most places. Even the rainy season is quieter, usually more internal. It's when many monks will stay in one place for a while. And here in the Northern Hemisphere, we have 4 seasons distinctly. And I just love autumn and winter because it's a shift again back into a mood of being more internal. And this is a great time for us to pick up our beads and hold them dear, touch them with reverence, as if we're touching the feet of a saintly person, and to lovingly hear and repeat the names of God like Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana, Mohana. Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana, Mohana. Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana, Mohana. Haribol. So I'm about to just sit and do some Japa meditation for usually an hour to two, and it's a bit late today. It's I struggle a little bit with my physical health. That's normal when you have a disease, a long time disease. I have type 1 diabetes for 31 years coming up in December, and it certainly doesn't get any easier. Although the technology has improved my life greatly, and my ability to deal with the disease is helped by a lot. I'm very blessed in Canada to have some amazing support and opportunities, privileges. But it still doesn't get any easier. The body ages. It's subject to the forces of entropy, which again is a force far bigger than us. To all the life extensionists who are trying to like extend indefinitely the ability to stay in this body, it's a losing battle. Good luck with that. It's not going to work out well. You're going to leave. You're going to leave no matter how much vitamin C you pump into this thing. So today on this special day, I also wanted to give a shout out to one of my dearly beloved and more recent Shikshagurus, an instructing teacher, someone I really admire and who has helped me more than she knows, and who I'm just so thrilled to have a growing and ongoing development of friendship and relationship with, but kind of like an older sister. She's much, excuse me, excuse me, she's much more advanced than I am, and isn't that wonderful? She's really like she's a truly good older sister. I feel like the little stupid brother who's still kicking cans and doing silly things. And yet it gives me great joy to see her. She does a lot of videos. Her name is Krishna Rose. Haribol, Krishna Rose. Namaste. Please accept my respects and my humble obeisances. And thank you so much for being in the world. Everyone out there, I highly recommend you check out Krishna Rose, Krishna, and then Rose. She's the author of the lady, or the woman in red, Magdalene Speaks. It's just a stunning book that I'm still reading, that I've had for a couple months now, I think, and I'm just really slowly reading it. Just like I love to slow life down, having a very slow cup of herbal tea in the morning. And I light a little incense and offer it, and put it out, and I just can see the smoke drifting away, and all the creatures out there getting to bathe in the beautiful aroma of incense that's been offered up in love and devotion as an act of worship and thanksgiving. And we want to offer nice sounds, nice smells, nice tastes to the Lord, Govinda, and to also all the living entities. All of life are our brothers and sisters. We are all simultaneously one with and distinct from all the living entities and the Supreme Being. This is known as a Chinta Beta, a Beta Tattva. This simple but absolutely miracle of a potent teaching is that we can have access to it since 500 years ago, when Lord Chaitanya came to embody it and bring it and display this mood that is, I don't think, in the histories of all faiths and religions ever been displayed with such power and potency and beauty and humility, that it will reverberate for hopefully 10,000 years. But we can step into this current, and Krishna Rose is just fearless. She's really brave and incredible. I gush. I'm a fan. I'm a fan as well. And on this day, I just want to acknowledge her, and maybe later I can share some more stories about how I came to meet her, and get to start to develop a beautiful relationship, in a sense, even from a distance. And so I'm really grateful for Krishna Rose in the world. She wow, and I think it's also part of this process of, we've gone so far to the masculine aspects of the Supreme, that we really need to acknowledge and incorporate and develop and integrate this profound respect and care, equal amount of care of the feminine aspect of God, and both are required, one or the other, both. And again, a Chinta Beta, a Veda Tattva, they are simultaneously one and distinct energies. And Krishna Rose is doing such a powerful work. I'm just forever grateful. And she's assisted me in so many ways and helped me come back to a path that I've been practicing for decades. And so on this Sunday, Haribol, Krishna Rose, Namaste. I want to wish you all peace. May peace be with you and upon you. If you can take a half day, a half an hour, half a minute, just simply hear and repeat any of God's names on your beads or in like the Gauranga breathing. I've been just trying to give an example of to people to see if they like it and can appreciate it and practice it, especially. And if any of you would like and ask me anything, an AMA or a live stream where you can interact and ask some questions, I'd be happy to do that. I'd like to add that. This is sort of maybe a monthly thing. Just another offering to just keep building some friendship here and some consensus and harmony. That's what we really want, is peace and harmony. And from that springs joy and so many other beautiful qualities. So wishing you all the qualities. Take a moment to make a cup of tea, herbal tea, and steep it and think of that beautiful poem. In making a cup of tea, I stopped the war, even for a moment. If you can find a moment of peace, just try to expand that little by little, piece by piece, slowly, consistently, surely, and the more peace will be with you. Namaste, Haribol. Thanks for listening. I'm Madhumangala Das, and these are the daily prayers of Madhumangala Das. Thank you, Haribol.